This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from the Disney theme parks all around the world. Coming up, the news for December 15th, 2025. But first, a word from our sponsor. Of course, you have seen us talk about the wait time displays all through the latter half of this year. The one just like that one right there. Well, the folks over at waitsigns.com, of course, for this holiday season have their own new product called Wait Time TV. You've probably seen us talk about this too. Now you can take everything you love about the desktop display and put it on your big screen TV, making it the resort TV of your home. Yes, that's right. All you have to do is plug that media player in with the included HDMI cable like a Roku or an Apple TV, and your TV becomes a resort TV experience. Enjoy your own resort channel. I'm going to fire this thing up while we're talking. Enjoy your own resort channel. Check actual park hours, wait times in all 6 U.S. Disney parks, a custom vacation countdown, and even watch a live terrace view of the Orlando skyline with EPCOT and Magic Kingdom fireworks every single night. And the best part is the Wait Time TV is fully optimized for high-resolution viewing, including the brand-new VIP package, where you can go beyond the terrace skyline with a close-up view nightly of the Magic Kingdom fireworks. A little bit of your favorite place when you can't be there. And finally, of course, there's the live piano bar request show, where performers you already know and love, like our own Piano Rob, are taking your requests live, all in high definition. 25 minutes for a 3D. We went to Animal Kingdom yesterday. Zootopia was a 40-minute wait. That was bad. But man, here you go. Go over to let's take the monorail to Magic Kingdom. The wait times have jumped. I know last week we talked about them being low. This week they're pretty. Although Astro, what time we recording this? It's like 11 something in the morning. It's not bad for Astro Orbiter. Change the ride. Let's see. What's one that'll tell us how bad the park actually is? Mine Train, 55. It's reasonable. Anyway. Get your own at waitsigns.com. Use code NEWS15, that's our exclusive discount code, NEWS15, to save 15% off your entire order. This is the last time we are plugging the Wait Time TV because the holiday shopping season is quickly ending. So this is the last time I get to tell you about this. If you're on the fence, go use that code while you still can. And while we're talking about holiday shopping, behind the TV, you've seen her. It's the 8-foot-tall, 10-foot-long inflatable Santa Gertie. Time is running out to get her for Christmas. In fact, time is running out to get any Carousel of Products items for Christmas. The cutoff is going to be midnight tomorrow, Tuesday, and that will be it. So Gertie, if you want to actually have Gertie out on your lawn or in your house for Christmas, this is last call, and we are quickly running out of them. We kind of sold out on Sunday, but then we found some more. So we've recalculated, we've put up the stock we actually have available, and that's what's left. And then never again on the giant inflatable Santa Gertie. I also want to mention, though, we're having a flash sale for these 48 hours. You could still get shipping. I have a Post-it note like I'm 70 years old on the news and not using the teleprompter, which we pay a bunch of money for. We also have a holiday flash sale. Our He's Still Peg Leg Pete to Me t-shirt is now $10 off. It's only $20. And then all of our button-up shirts, so the Tip Top Club, that's the Tower of Terror, the Spaceship Earth, which is available in limited sizes still, and the Space Mountain 50th Anniversary shirt are all discounted $25 off for the next 48 hours. They're down to $50 each. We know we only have certain sizes left of some of those, so you probably want to hurry. They're running out fast. Those are also limited. When they run out, they are gone. And last but not least, our I Counted Down to Extinction t-shirt is an extra $5 off right now. It's only $25 as well. We still have that I Counted Down to Extinction pin set. There's only a couple of those left in the back. Things are running out quickly. We also still have our Santa Gertie, Ice Cream of Extinction candles, and more. Go to carouselproducts.com. This is the last time I can remind you for the holiday shopping season. The holiday shopping season for us ends tomorrow night at midnight Eastern. But now, let's get to the news. TikTok, Gertie, please, you've had enough screen time all season. Please. They want the news. Someone's in the comments saying I did 7 minutes of ads. Yeah, 7. 7 minutes of ads again on the show, and they're livid. They're going to go watch someone else give them the news. Someone who doesn't have a giant inflatable dinosaur. Come on. That would be a poor choice on your part, but either way. Gertie, it's okay. It's all right. Anyway, a TikTok user. I'm deranged. A TikTok user shared a video of a car catching fire on the Tomorrowland Speedway at the Magic Kingdom on December 13th. The video of the fire was shared on TikTok. A car caught on fire right in front of us at the Tomorrowland Speedway, it says. In the video, an empty orange and white striped Tomorrowland Speedway car has visible flames coming out from behind the seats as cast members run and direct guests around it. The video then cuts to a cast member putting out the fire with a fire extinguisher from the guest queue area. Now, of course, the Tomorrowland Speedway is still gasoline powered to this day. Disneyland Resort has promised they are going to go to electric vehicles some point soon. I don't remember. I thought they gave us a deadline for that. It still hasn't happened yet. So they're going to electric vehicles. Disney World has said nothing, but man, it is almost 2026 and we're still running gas-powered, like essentially lawnmower cars on the Tomorrowland Speedway. Walt Disney World, if you're going to keep the Tomorrowland Speedway, get electric cars or get rid of it. One of those two things has to happen. It either needs to go away or the vehicles need to be electric. For Pete's sake, Peg Leg Pete's sake, you still pay hazard pay to cast members who work this because it's gas powered. So, like, for the safety of cast members, for their health, and for the enjoyment of guests, can we please just order a fleet of electric cars? Or I would be just as happy if we got rid of the Tomorrowland Speedway. Either one of those things would be acceptable. Let me know in the comments what you would rather. Do you want electric cars or do you want something to replace the Tomorrowland Speedway? Let me know. Mickey and Minnie will debut new seasonal outfits for after-hours meet and greets in EPCOT's Disney Vacation Club Imaginatrium, a member lounge, in 2026. DVC fans shared images of the new costumes from Disney Files magazine. That's the DVC magazine. First up are the ski winter looks. These winter fashions include a blue and pink color scheme. Minnie wears a denim dress with a floral trim layered over a gingham top, and Mickey wears jeans, a pink vest, and a patterned shirt with a blue ascot. As the year goes on, they will rotate to spring cruise style. The pair will wear breezy fabrics with nautical vibes reminiscent of their Disney Cruise Line Shimmering Seas outfits. These more casual looks include an aqua striped button-up and brown pants for Mickey, while Minnie wears an aqua wrap dress and a sun hat, and both feature anchor details. Then it's time for European summer vibes. These sophisticated, I feel like I'm reading like I'm at a fashion show talking about what's on the runway. These sophisticated looks are inspired by fashions from the south of France and northern Europe. Minnie's dress and Mickey's waistcoat feature a map pattern with an airplane, and the looks are both in shades of blue. At the end of summer, Mickey and Minnie will wear a more rugged National Park adventure gear costume. Both wear t-shirts with mountain artwork. Minnie has a brown skirt over leggings, while Mickey has a green flannel and brown pants. She wears a green bow, and Mickey has a matching green hat. Mickey and Minnie will don these outfits for meet and greets exclusive to members in the paid membership Magic Beyond program. And again, they will change seasonally throughout the year. So again, look, I'm not a fan of the add-on for the add-on. Like the thing you already pay for, Disney Vacation Club, is very, very expensive with your dues and everything else you pay. It's a lot of money. And so it's kind of crazy that there is an add-on. I will say, at least for the add-on, they're like, well, let's give you 4 different costumes. So throughout the year, you want to come back and meet Mickey and Minnie in different costumes. So it's an A for effort. I still don't approve necessarily of the program's existence, but it's nice to see there's some money being spent on it. A brand new Figment Squishmallow bag charm is available at Walt Disney World. We found him at Mickey's of Hollywood in Disney's Hollywood Studios. That is not his home. What is he doing there? Anyway, the Figment Squishmallow bag charm is $16.99. It's about the size of a hand, as inspired by Figment wearing his classic yellow and red sweater. His name is embroidered across the chest. And Figment's features are also embroidered with orange horns popping out of the top. Figment's wings and scales also protrude from the back of the squishy plush. The bag charm has a lavender clip at the top to connect Figment to your bags or belt to use as a keychain. We are seeing a deluge of Figment merchandise as of late, but still no signs of a new ride. Come on. I'm gonna keep hounding you, Walt Disney World. I know you're watching. It's time. Make it happen. I am also very anxiously waiting. It has to be coming. There has got to be a full-size Figment Squishmallow. And I think I'm just going to buy like the whole display and jump into them like Scrooge McDuck. my plan. Anyway, the item is available now. Plenty more Figment merchandise on the way. On top of all we've talked about for the last couple months, there's more Figment merchandise coming at the EPCOT International Festival of the Arts in just a few days' time. Weeks after a pair of the aquatic creatures returned to Pandora, the world of Avatar, at Disney's Animal Kingdom, their interactive spitting water effect has been sort of repaired. The creatures spit long streams of water in response to motion like a guest waving their arms. Previously, the spitting would happen exactly when you move your arm and would be accompanied by a sound effect that is synchronized. The snail-like cephalopods are known as Sagittaria or Skuka. They can be seen floating in the Pandoran pond that is just in front of the floating mountains up on that outlook area. There used to be more than 2 of the creatures. There were 3 at one point. Their water effects were broken for a very, very long time before they were removed completely. Last month, they were put back in, but the water effect was still not working. And then this weekend, I actually was there to find this. I stuck my hands out and I saw that water spray, not immediately, but eventually. The water sprayed a couple seconds later, and then the sound effect went off a couple seconds after that. So clearly they're working on it, which is great. I'm glad to see this is being fixed. I don't know how hard this could possibly be to maintain, but kudos to whoever's taken the charge to make this happen. Jared Bush, the co-director of Encanto, has confirmed the original film's cast is returning for the new ride at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Responding to a question about the Encanto attraction script, Bush said, "Almost done recording our entire original cast. Being back in the booth with everyone is the absolute best." Of course, the original cast of Encanto includes names such as Stephanie Beatriz, Maria Cecilia Botero, John Leguizamo, Jessica Darrow, Angie Cepeda, Carolina Gaitan, Diane Guerrero, Wilder Valderrama, and many, many more. But it sounds like whoever's characters will be in the attraction, voice casting will be present in the attraction. Of course, Alan Tudyk provided the vocal effects for Antonio's toucan friend Pico, so we assume he's going to end up in another Disney attraction, and it's a good thing. Love him. Construction for the Encanto ride is also currently going vertical very rapidly. In fact, another whole story of vertical framing went up over the last week. So they're heading towards that 2027 opening of the Tropical Americas. Disney has updated the calendar with the reopening date for Vacation Fun in the Mickey Shorts Theater at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Vacation Fun has been closed for refurbishment since October 20th. According to the Disney World calendar, it will be back open starting on December 27th. So we don't know why it's been closed. Of course, Jollywood Nights has used the exit area photo op as a gift shop and such. So either way, no matter what, it'll be back open on the 27th. I'd be surprised if that's because of Jollywood, because that's still several days after the final Jollywood has already ended. I don't know if it takes them that long to clean up, but hopefully some general refurb happens, some cleanup in the theater, and make it all spiffy and new. I can't believe this attraction still exists. I would love to know how many people a day actually go in the Mickey Shorts Theater. Is it an actual popular attraction? It is a sin to me that in an age where they had to get rid of Muppet Vision, that the Mickey Shorts Theater is still operating. Man, if they think a lot of people won't show up for Muppet Vision, throw it in there. Just throw it in there then. Could it possibly draw worse than the Mickey Shorts Theater? I don't think so. If you think that's as little people as want to see it, throw Muppet Vision in the small theater. It's better than not having it at all. Walt Disney World has announced a limited 2-day-only New Year's dining experience for the California Grill. Of course, the fine dining restaurant is located on the 15th floor of Disney's Contemporary Resort. Ring in the new year at California Grill during this dazzling celebration, which includes a 4-course meal where you could savor event-exclusive dishes made from premium ingredients. There's music with a live band playing smooth tunes to create a festive ambiance for your elegant meal. Enjoy a photo opportunity with Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse as well. And then for fireworks, from a prime viewing area, watch the special New Year's Eve fireworks light up the sky above Magic Kingdom Park. Firework viewing will take place at the end of each seating. Fireworks may be canceled due to inclement weather and are subject to change, of course, you know that. There'll also be a champagne toast, a complimentary glass of champagne for guests 21 and older. Is it really complimentary when you're paying for this? I don't know. But either way, on December 30th, the event is $229 per person. On December 31st, the early seating is $299 per person, and the late seating is $349 per person. The New Year's Eve cancellation policy is the full price will be charged if you cancel within 24 hours of the reservation time, or if you don't show up for your reservation. California Grill and the Contemporary have always done special meals for New Year's Eve. This is not a surprise, but they switch it up a little bit every year. When we last checked on construction of the new roadway entrance to Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, a sidewalk had been paved. Crews have now planted fresh grass, trees, and foliage along the way. The new sidewalk is on the left when facing the entrance from the Great Ceremonial House. It connects to a pre-existing sidewalk and crosswalk and will eventually lead to the edge of the curb in front of the lobby. Where there was previously just dirt are now some trees and other plants. The dirt hasn't been fully filled in yet, but we're likely to see more plants added over the next few days and weeks. A ramp next to the sidewalk also appears to have been painted to turn it into a couple of parking spots. In the center of the roadway, there is now grass around some patches of dirt that will become flower beds, and a few trees are in the dirt. On the other side of the construction zone, a row of parking has been repaved and painted. Parking curbs are at the fronts of each parking space, and some of the plants have also been added around a sidewalk on this side, with the dirt patch near the Great Ceremonial House awaiting plants. The new entrance is off of Floridian Way, more directly in front of the Great Ceremonial House entrance than the current Seven Seas Drive. The current entrance will become a bus-only entrance, according to cast members. Permits recently filed in Orange County suggest that the Treehouse Villas at Disney Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa could be headed for an interior remodel. According to reporting by WDW Magic, Disney Vacation Club has submitted multiple permits listing Landron Incorporated, the contractor for the project, with an expiration date of January 7, 2027. Landron is a nationwide hotel renovation firm based in Orlando with more than 3 decades of experience in luxury interior renovations. The company has a long track record of working with major hospitality brands including Hilton, Marriott, Hyatt, and Disney, specializing in high-end interior finishes, design-build solutions, and project management for large-scale hotel renovations. The permits don't specify the scope of the work. However, the expiration date and contractor Landron suggests a focused interior refurbishment throughout the Treehouse Villas rather than structural or exterior work. No announcement has been made by Disney about this project as of yet. Of course, the Treehouse Villas are a very special accommodation at Walt Disney World. We have a room tour you can watch right here on the channel. One of my favorites, if not my absolute favorite, Disney hotel room in the world. I absolutely love them. A coat of what is likely primer has been added to a large section of the future Disney Lakeshore Lodge Hotel. Other sections of the resort have new steel framing, windows, doors, and sheathing. Let's check it all out in a construction update. As we reported last week, thanks to aerial photos, the lobby now has a roof. We can also see the framework of a front entrance now. Blue safety netting has been added against the posts jutting from the roof. This is likely to protect crew members as they continue working up there. A-frame cabins are in rows on either side of the main resort. Crews have been adding more supports and wood details to the cabins over the past few weeks. Cabins on the other side of the resort have begun to receive metal roofing and wood fascia on the edges. Most of the cabins nearest Clementine Beach now all have wooden details and the beginnings of overhangs. As for the main building of the hotel, crew members continue to install sheathing and paneling, although it looks as though prep is underway for future concrete work. More steel has been installed on several of the roof structures and overhangs, with most of the windows and door openings now having glass. The supports in the water are for future dock, also clearly visible in BioReconstruct's aerial photos. Not much has changed at this end, with continued work on sheathing and additional overhang frames. Possibly the biggest change in this update is the priming of the exterior walls on the side that faces Daniel Boone's Wilderness Arcade at Fort Wilderness. This section of the resort has been the furthest along in each update. Only one section has received primer, in fact. Further down, concrete is still the most recent layer. The concrete wall jutting out has a pattern of vertical lines with small horizontal lines. This pattern may be expanded or highlighted with paint as work continues. Disney Lakeshore Lodge looms over Fort Wilderness Resort along Bay Lake. Like the Reflections concept before it, Disney Lakeshore Lodge is a Disney Vacation Club resort and will be inspired by the majesty of nature and its enduring influence on Disney artists. The new hotel will open sometime in 2027. A new snack kiosk has opened at Disney's BoardWalk. The location serves some prepackaged popcorn, including an exclusive flavor. The new kiosk is located on Walt Disney World's BoardWalk near Blue Ribbon Corn Dogs. Disney's BoardWalk is a quarter-mile promenade of dining, shops, and nightlife. The menu here offers several prepackaged popcorn options, as well as fan-favorite Mickey pretzels, premium ice cream bars, and premium ice cream sandwiches. A selection of beers, seltzers, and cocktails are available as well. The Saltwater Taffy popcorn is exclusive to the BoardWalk. It's $7.49. The classic kettle corn is $6.99, and the cheddar popcorn is $6.99 as well. We wanted to try this flavor. It sounded interesting. You can go read the review on our website at wwnt.com to find out if it was good. We actually tried all the popcorn, so you don't have to. But either way, a new snack kiosk now open on the BoardWalk. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head on over to wwnt.travel, and their team will design your next magical vacation, from the Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resorts to Disney Cruise Line to Adventures by Disney and more. And the best part is their concierge services are 100% free. So book today. Vivoli Il Gelato has opened a new Affogato cart at Disney Springs. Vivoli Il Gelato is located in the landing area of Disney Springs, but the Affogato cart is in the marketplace between World of Disney and Basin. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held for the opening on today, Monday, December 15th. The cart unofficially opened, though, over the weekend. Affogato is gelato topped with espresso. The cart also offers a cup of espresso and a few other treats. Again, that full menu including affogato. There's original cream custard, pistachio, double chocolate, cookies and cream with hot chocolate, and a seasonal flavor. There's also a 2-scoop cup, a cornetto, a biscotti, espresso, and water, all available. Reviews will be available at wwnt.com of the items we tried. According to several media outlets like the Orlando Business Journal and Growth Spotter, the Atlanta-based Mellow mushroom pizza chain is considering 15 additional Orlando area locations, and one of those locations is supposedly Disney Springs. The chain currently has 5 restaurants in the greater Orlando area, one on International Drive just east of SeaWorld, and another one near the University of Central Florida, as well as locations in Winter Park, Sanford, and Mount Dora. Another dozen locations are in what would be considered Central Florida. With the success of these locations, the company is looking to expand. Ashan Jiva, the chain's executive vice president of strategy and transformation, had this to say about the expansion, quote, "I can see a pathway to getting at least 3 to 7, potentially 10 more locations from Clearwater all the way to East Coast. I can definitely see a pathway to get 20 in Metro Orlando, looking at possibly locating restaurants at Disney Springs as well as in Lake Nona and Claremont. Also, I see opportunity in St. Cloud, the Kissimmee area, DeLand, and the Villages." The timeline of this expansion depends on whether a land deal or existing building is already in place. However, the company wishes to see expansion within 6 to 8 months with a years-long growth plan. We have a 5 to 7 year growth plan. We want to be methodical. 1 or 2 locations per year for the next 5 to 7 years is definitely something that we can achieve pretty easily. Mellow Mushroom marked its 50th anniversary last year with 165 locations in the U.S., mostly in the Southeast. While nearly all the locations are full-service sit-down restaurants, the chain introduced a new concept last year, what it calls a fast fine model, a smaller location that features counter service and digital kiosk where you can order. It requires about half as many employees and allows more flexibility when moving into new markets. But yes, we may have Mellow Mushroom at Disney Springs in the future. Despite all the work going on across the way at Disney Adventure World, several other projects are underway at Disneyland Paris, and one such project is the previously announced addition of Mark Davis-inspired scenes along the rivers of the Far West. By the end of summer 2026, guests will enjoy an enhanced experience at Thunder Mesa Riverboat Landing, thanks to new scenes added along the route of the rivers of the Far West and inspired by the original drawings of Imagineer and Disney legend Mark Davis. The new figures, including a buffalo on a prairie and raccoons and a skunk on a floating log, have been specially designed and produced for the project by Walt Disney Imagineering Paris. Guests will catch a glimpse of these new additions while enjoying a relaxing cruise aboard the iconic Molly Brown boat, which has recently been renovated from stem to stern. Originally, 4 new natural scenes were supposed to be added to the attraction. It was supposed to happen supposed to happen earlier this year. It did not. It seems like only 2 of the 4 scenes are going to happen now. It seems like they were a victim of budget cuts, which makes me really, really sad because this was such a cool project. To Walt Disney World getting rid of their river, and meanwhile Paris being like, oh, you know, let's dig up some Mark Davis concept art and make those a reality. Let's enhance this attraction and enhance the river. It just seemed like a really great thing. I'm glad 2 of the scenes are still happening. I'm sad that the rest are not. Hopefully they'll come back around to this at some point in the future. French composer Philippe Rombi surprised Disneyland Paris fans during an event this past weekend by personally unveiling the new musical theme written for the Disney Adventure World theme park. Walt Disney Studios Park will officially be rebranded as Disney Adventure World on March 29, 2026. Beginning on that date, guests arriving on the new Adventure Way will be welcomed by an original soundtrack specially created for this promenade by composer Philippe Rombi. This brand new theme, lasting more than 40 minutes and recorded at the legendary Abbey Road Studios, will offer guests a magical interlude at the heart of Disney Adventure World. Alongside Michel Dendolk, a portfolio executive creative director at Walt Disney Imagineering Paris, Rombi spoke about the inspiration behind the composition of the suite. Choosing to create original music for an entire area of a Disney park is an extremely rare thing, and it's even rarer to entrust this job to a French composer. It's a true recognition of my work and a real honor. I've always composed from my heart, driven by my passion. The fact that my music moved the Imagineers to the point where they felt they could entrust me with this huge responsibility means a great deal to me. Philippe Rombi has been nominated 4 times for the César Awards, notably for the film Joyeux Noël, whose soundtrack was recorded by the London Symphony Orchestra at the legendary Abbey Road as well. He recorded the music for Adventure Way under the same conditions during the summer of 2025 with the 84 musicians of this iconic orchestra. It was a return to his roots for the composer, who worked as a pianist at the Disneyland Hotel when the Disneyland Hotel opened in 1992. How cool is that? I did not know that. That is super cool. Building on creative discussions, concept reviews, and even a visit to the Disney Adventure World construction site, Philippe Rombi devised 2 main themes inspired by the notions of adventure, travel, wonder, and distant horizons. And from these 2 main motifs, he composed a magnificent suite of nearly 40 minutes of music that resonates throughout Adventure Way, including the various themed gardens that are a part of it. For these gardens, he added subtle nods to Disney themes of Peter Pan and 101 Dalmatians for the gazebo garden, and Tangled for its dedicated garden space. A special piano version could also be heard at the Regal View Restaurant and Lounge. The result is a perfect blend of Philippe Rombi's artistic integrity and Disney's musical universe. You can listen to the preview on our website at wwnt.com. There's nothing better than when we get original music for a Disney park. It's a wonderful thing. This sounds awesome. I cannot wait to hear all of it. Disneyland Paris has shared more details about Disney Cascade of Lights, the new drone-centric nighttime spectacular that will debut at Disney Adventure World when it opens on March 29th. Weird to say when it opens. The park is open. When it opens with its new name on March 29th. The news was shared on the official Disneyland Paris blog this weekend, which says, at Adventure Bay, the entire team behind Disney Cascade of Lights is busy getting everything ready for its launch on March 29th. Here's your chance to learn more about this dazzling new production. Disney shared that rehearsals are soon going to be underway for the nighttime show. Cast members are at work installing the centerpiece of the new drone-centric show, the large 160-ton underwater infrastructure comprised of 4 water barges in a 360-degree configuration that contains fountains, lights, projectors, and pyrotechnics. The structure will be securely moored in Adventure Bay, where it will then be loaded up with 379 aerial and aquatic drones specifically created for this show. The names on the barges correspond to different areas of Disney Adventure World. There's Racer, which points at RC Racer or maybe Cars Road Trip, depending on your point of view. Lion for the upcoming Lion King Flume Ride and Land. Frozen for World of Frozen. And Na'vi, which has fueled speculation that an Avatar Land will be next. Disney Cascade of Lights comes after a wave of successful drone shows at Disneyland Paris, which first kicked off 7 years ago. I can't believe it was 7 years ago. For the resort's 30th anniversary celebrations with Disney Delight and then Avengers Power the Night, both of which you can watch here on the channel if you'd like. Producer Ben Spalding's goal with Cascade of Lights was to create a drone show that performed closer to the audience than ever. And he worked with Droneasos, Disneyland Paris's official high-tech partner, to develop aerial drones that are more resistant to wind and rain, as well as aquatic drones nicknamed ducks. The water acts like a mirror that multiplies all of our light sources, said Spalding. Our aquatic drones light up the surface of the lake, combined with low-angled lights all around the edges of the lake. And then there are the fountains, each with its own light sources and the various pyrotechnic effects. It's a spectacular cascade of lights. He went on to say the secret is teamwork, and the entire show was previewed in 3D for the team. As part of this program, we used a detailed model of the park from which each team member responsible for drones, pyrotechnics, lighting, and more developed their own plan. This made it possible to visualize, plan, and choreograph things in advance so that everything came together perfectly when live. It will take a team of 24 technicians to bring Disney Cascade of Lights to life every single night, more than twice as many as are needed for the Disney Dreams or Disney Illumination shows that have been performed in the past. Everything in Disney Cascade of Lights will revolve around a story driven by the concept of inspiration. Focusing on emotion and storytelling was a key priority. We wanted a concept that could resonate with all European audiences, and that's how we came up with the idea of inspiration, recalls Ben. Inspiration was the motivation for the characters selected for the show, who each have an emotional link with which the audience can resonate. Mulan for honor and family, Moana, adventure and community, Hercules is courage and heart, Judy Hopps for duty and unity, the Avengers for drive and heroism, Carl Fredricksen for love and promises. According to show director Susan Plyer, Each and every one of them embodies an emotion that can strike a chord with every guest. They are an endless source of inspiration in our lives, whether in helping others, supporting family, or finding the courage to face daily challenges. The character visuals will be projected onto a water curtain, like in World of Color at Disney California Adventure. Finally, inspiration also moves the original musical score composed by Mark Hammond and produced by Jonathan Barr. Recorded by a 90-piece orchestra in Abbey Road in London, the score also features an original song, We Can Be Heroes. With Adventure Bay stretching over 30,000 square meters, ensuring all guests get a good view of Cascade of Lights was a challenge. The central structure and 360-degree approach, plus over 240 floodlights and strategically placed speakers, will provide a great experience no matter where you watch it from. Disneyland Paris has also gone to lengths to make sure the show has minimal environmental impact by using fully electric barge boats, naturally filtering the lake with different fish species, and employing residue-free materials in fireworks and pyrotechnics. I will tell you this, of everything coming to Disney Adventure World, this is the thing that I think is going to change the game. Paris, teaming up with Drone Assos, has changed the industry of themed entertainment spectaculars. Beginning with Disney Delight, for the 30th anniversary. That drone show for the Avengers at Walt Disney Studios Park was insane. And they just keep upping the game every time. Tales of Magic has some truly wonderful moments through the new show in the Castle Park. But from the preview of this show, I think much like World of Color did in 2010, this will change everything. And I think it's a matter of time before in the US parks you see the inspiration from the success of this show. An expanded themed queue and new merchandise location are well underway at the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror in Disney Adventure World. Both will open in 2026. As announced back in 2023, a new covered outdoor waiting area will open in the spring of 2026 at Tower of Terror. That is heavily delayed, by the way. It was supposed to open quite a while ago. But the themed area will enrich the story of the Hollywood Tower Hotel by representing the remnants of the patio that was once a relaxing courtyard with an outdoor pool, greatly appreciated by the show business elite, but fell into disarray. Per Disneyland Paris, every material element has been carefully selected to fit with the theme and to echo the Pueblo Deco architecture of the premises. The props and elements of decor disseminated in the queue will give more clues about the tragic events that occurred at the hotel, preparing guests for what's awaiting inside. Meanwhile, next door, the new merchandise location inspired by the 1930s flower shops will also open in early 2026. The existing structure has been completely reworked to create a boutique harmoniously blending into World Premiere Plaza and its Art Deco-inspired theater district area. It will offer an authentic atmosphere thanks to an array of props scattered around the boutique, including flower bouquets, pictures celebrating its historical milestones, and even a fridge similar to those used by California florists at the time. That is being built. That was the shed where the Fast Pass distribution was. Remember paper Fast Pass, kids? That's where it was. They're making it a store now. Of course, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror opened at the Walt Disney Studios Park in Paris in 2007. It is pretty much an exact clone of the Disney California Adventure version, which closed way back in 2017. But it does have a whole different show element. For Halloween several years ago, they introduced a storyline featuring namely the little girl, which is one of the passengers that gets lost in the Twilight Zone. She is the star, and each shaft has a totally different show. It is fantastic. It takes what I thought was that and the DCA one, the absolute worst versions of Tower of Terror ever built, and makes it suitable and great, interesting and unique. It's really, really wonderful what they did to it. But it's nice to see these little updates around the Tower of Terror, and they kind of ensure Tower will remain. I think it's pretty safe from becoming Mission Breakout at this point. Famous last words, 5 years from now you can play this back, but for the time being it seems pretty safe. Annette's Diner, located at Disney Village in Paris, is set to close in January for a months-long refurb, and Disneyland Paris has now shared more details and concept art of what's going to happen. Annette's Diner is a retro 1950s themed all-American diner in the Disney Village. It's set to close for that update on January 5th for, again, a long-term refurb. They haven't said when it will reopen, just sometime later in the year. Unlike other shops and restaurants, Annette's Diner is to keep its retro American theming. The renovation will focus on enlarging the kitchens and completely refurbishing the dining room, including floors and furniture, while preserving the charm and the retro atmosphere that has been so popular since 1992. Some iconic features will be completely reimagined, such as the bar, whose layout and aesthetic will be redesigned to pay tribute to the distinctive chrome look of classic diners. The booths will also sport a new design inspired by 1950s car seats in colors typical of the era, such as pink, blue, and vanilla yellow. And when it reopens, Annette's Diner, with a slight increased seating capacity, will continue to bring the golden age of rock and roll and the 1950s back to life. Of course, Disney Village is in the middle of a years-long reimagining, which was announced in 2018, began in 2022, and it just keeps going. In fact, just recently, the new sports bar and lounge opened. We actually have a review. If you haven't watched it, it's a funny, interesting review. It's here on the channel if you want to watch it. We were there for the grand opening, so we covered it. But yeah, nonetheless, this is all part of that reimagining. I have a true affinity for 1992 Disneyland Paris or Euro Disney aesthetic. Of course, we just lost Frank Gehry a couple days ago, and Frank Gehry was the architect who envisioned all of the look and design of Disney Village, which is a very special place. Unfortunately, is being changed now, but I get it. It was kind of in disrepair, so I understand. Not happy about it, but I understand. Now, Annette's probably needs this work, but there's a part of me that's very sad to lose the interior that we've had, which is very kooky 1990s, 50s nostalgia. It is weird and wacky and wild and wonderful, and I love it. And I'm very sad, but at the same time, it looks like a lot of love is going into this project, so we'll wait and see how it all shakes out. After being announced earlier this year, more details, including the start date, have been revealed for the Disney Sequoia Lodge hotel remodel at Disneyland Paris. Work on the Disney Sequoia Lodge will begin in January 2026. The news was teased back in 2023, but no additional details or dates were shared back then. The now confirmed refurbishment is set to enhance and elevate the guest experience while preserving the lodge's wooden decor and warm atmosphere. The design will elevate the tribute to the beauty of nature to inspiring new heights while taking inspiration from the forest, following the tradition started by Walt Disney and his team of animators. Every space, from the rooms to the lobby, as well as the shopping and dining locations, will be reinvented as an ode to wildlife, offering the perfect environment to unwind and let one's mind wander. Previously at Disneyland Paris, both the Disney Hotel New York, the Art of Marvel, and Disneyland Hotel had been refurbished. At those times, those hotels were closed in total to let those projects be completed. They are not going to be doing that this time. This is going to be done in phases, so the hotel will remain open. They'll do a certain set number of rooms at a time, and the public spaces or the common spaces will be done in phases as not to have to close Sequoia Lodge totally. This is a huge step for Disneyland Paris because it means they're doing so well that they can't afford to close a whole hotel anymore, which is crazy given their history. It's been, since the 30th, it has been a wild ride for them, and I'm very happy for them. This is great news. And also, of course, can't deny, there's also rumors that just across the lake, a new hotel will be built. It hasn't been announced yet, but it seems very likely that they're going to need it based on how well their hotel occupancy is doing right now. For the absolute latest on these stories and all that didn't make it into today's show, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to our WIGS members watching who make this show happen every week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.